bass practice exercises for beginners. Learn these and build some serious dexterity in those bass fingers. Coming up. Hello, I'm Donald with the bass instructor of the How to Play Bass online course at iwanttoPlayBass.com. Jump over there, subscribe, get your free ebook, and become a member for free just by hitting the link down below. And this is I Want to Play Bass, your YouTube channel with all bass guitar tips, gear reviews, and lots of good information there. So subscribe, hit that bell notification, get in the loop, and don't miss a beat. Okay, so we're talking about bass practice exercises for beginners that are going to help you build dexterity for your fingers. And this scale is perfect for that. It would definitely build some strength in your hand and muscle memory, which is so important to becoming any kind of musician, so important to your performance. Now, the chromatic scale is what we're going to talk about today. And if you're familiar with the chromatic scale, let me know down below in the comments. Say yes, you're already familiar with it, or no, you're not. Just curious to find out what people are needing out there. So do that for me, and just if you're on your phone, swipe up. The comments are down below. Swipe all the way up, the comments will be way down at the bottom, so you can leave a comment there. The chromatic scale. It's simply a scale. It's a 12-note scale, and it's every single note in that scale. From the root back to the root, but that's 13. So there's 12 notes, 12 separate notes in the chromatic scale, and it's from the root all the way up to the half step before the root octave. Okay, all the way up an octave would be 13 notes. You repeat that, your very first note again. Okay, so this is the chromatic scale. Okay, now that's on the E string. I've got 5. This is a low B, but I'm going to play it on the E string. Ignore the low B. This is E. This is an open E note right here. Okay, so we start from the open E, every fret up to the octave again. Right there's the octave. 12th fret, octave E. So a good way to practice this is just simply by playing that scale up and back. A good warm-up exercise is just playing it up and back, and really focusing on the note, the tone you hear, what you're giving back. You know, you want to, and then walk right back down, but you want to focus on each note. Make sure it's the prettiest note. You know, your plucking hand is involved. Your plucking hand plays a huge role in the tone of your note, as your fretting hand does. But you know, so just focus on that you're getting the note, as much of the note as possible. You know, some fret buzz and fret flopping around and slapping around, it's kind of character. So you know, you don't want to get rid of all of it, but you want to dial in a lot of it. You don't want to hear more fret buzz than you do the note. Okay, but just make sure your attack is right on time. As soon as you press down for the note, you're attacking the note with your plucking hand. So there's no, you know, no difference in feel. You know, you could do like a ghost note hammer-ons all day long, but you don't want that. You want this note, you really want to dial in the attack on that note instantly. At the same time, these two work together instantly. You don't want to hear the note move before you attack it with the plucking hand. Okay, so that's one way. Just work on that, and then work on your rhythms. You can do eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or you can do triplets, 1. Okay, you do 8 16th notes. Okay, so this is helping you get some timing, some rhythm going on, helping your plucking hand, and you're getting some dexterity out of the fingers here, and you're building muscle and muscle memory. And another way to help with that is to play, you know, however you want it, 16th notes, 8th notes, triplets, or just the individual notes. Walk up and then come back down. So preferably on that one, you don't want to be using the open string because it's not going to help you jump around the fretboard. So use the first note, F, very first fret, walk up to an F. Chromatically walk up to the F. Okay? And then you just get that muscle memory down. Do it slow. Start slow, finish slow. Okay, then you don't have to, eventually you get to where you don't have to look at the fretboard every time you make these big jumps. It'll just become second nature to how far you have to go. But like I've said in other previous videos, the 5 string, the 24 frets, 21 frets, 19 frets, they're all going to make a difference to that. So you get accustomed to your instrument. I mean, you can play any of them, but you might find yourself looking a little more on the playing the instrument you don't practice as much, as opposed to the instrument you do practice a lot, you won't have to look as much. But it's all muscle memory and just not being afraid to make that jump. Just do it, you know, don't be scared. Just do it, make it happen. You can do it. Okay, so that's one way to just warm up on the chromatic scale. Another way that's kind of fun is to do just go a half step up and a half step back. Use this pattern here. It's a little different. I don't have any fret markers to you know, hopefully it doesn't throw you off, but just go up, you know, go up, you know, one position. This is our first position, second position, third position. You know, 4 frets is a different position. Every 4 frets will be a different position. So we've got starting on F. Now we're at the end of that position. Now we're going to have to do something. So we'll slide up 1 fret with our pinky, come back to here, and then we jump up to our first finger, okay, to where our pinky was. And then you come down. And now I didn't go back each one. You can do that however you want, but it just fits better if you go down 3 frets and then start your Now when you descend, you're going to do a little different. You're transitioning, you're making that transition to the next position a little differently. So you're coming down 3 frets initially, 3rd finger. Now you slide this first finger back a half step. You know, we're still descending. Half step, come there, and then we jump to our 3rd finger here. And it's really the same, but we're going to be doing we're still going to that pinky and first finger are going to be on the same fret, but we're just jumping the 3rd fret, using the 3rd finger, and then coming back to that with the pinky. So it's going to be like this. Okay, so that's descending and ascending. So ascending, do that with a metronome, you know, just really lock in your timing. I know Jeff Berlin don't want to hear nobody preaching about no metronome, but it helps. It definitely helps just to lock in your timing. It doesn't hurt. It's definitely beneficial. Okay, so that's one bass practice exercise. Well, that's several ones using the chromatic scale, but that's one scale to use that I use a lot. It just helps you, you know, it just helps build the dexterity and just get you familiar with the fretboard and everything. It definitely builds muscle because you will feel it after you practice this for 20 minutes, warm up, 15, 10-minute warm up, however long you do, you will feel it in here. And it's definitely a burner because bass is no joke to be playing. I mean, you definitely build some serious muscle in your hand, and that's a good thing. But you will feel little aches and pains, which is fine. Just be careful. You're feeling some sharp pains or something like that are almost maybe excruciating pain. Stop right there, and go get it checked out. Something's going on. Just be careful. But a little aches and pains afterward, or the next words, or afterwards, or the next day is all right. And definitely when you're playing these, you want to keep, a big thing they talk about economy. Saving the space. You don't want your finger way down here when you got to play this note up here. So you want to keep your hand, that finger, as close to that next note as possible. It just saves time. It's just minute timing, but that's in music. I mean, you get a tempo of 170, you don't have no time to be lounging over here and the notes up here. So you want to definitely work on your economy, and even with your plucking hand, you don't want to be blasting these things that hard. You can play them lightly and just more effectively and efficiently. So that's what you want to be. You got to be effective and efficient, okay? All right, so hope you got some value out of that. If you did, help me help you. Hit that like button. And for more fun bass lines, learn this one, Give Me 3 Steps by Leonard Skinner. Great song, great bass line. Really gets you working too. So learn that, check that video out, and learn that song. All right, so I will catch y'all on the flip-flop. Bye for now.